We are live on Satellite Media, looking at what is happening in Nigeria and globally. Let us quickly look at what we have on the cover page. With me is the Nation newspaper. But before we look at what we have here, there is a trending story on one of the dailies talking about Dangote having declared his intention to sell his refinery to NNPC. We don't know whether they can consummate that arrangement, but I think it's just a developing story. But let us look at what we have on the cover page of the Sun. It's saying rebellion brews in Senate over pro-Tinubu stance. The writer is saying Northern Senate caucus divided. The second writer is saying no, Tinubu not interfering. That is coming from the Senate spokesman. Let us look at other areas. I think this one is coming from Joe Biden. Biden's endorsement of Harris illicit celebration. That is from the United States of America. Another one is saying Ojikalo pushes for part-time legislature regional governments. Let's see something coming from Obi. Pray for those who spread falsehood against me. That is coming from Peter Obi. Remember that recently he was accused of the brain behind the planned nationwide protest. Mr.
Yes, Mr. Paul.
Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me quickly take you on the allegation against Obi, because most Nigerians are not agreeing with the federal government that actually Obi is the one trying to sponsor that protest. What is your take?
Thank you very much. My viewers, I would like you to understand that Peter Obi is an innocent person, and Peter Obi is a man who is willing. His willingness is to stand for this country and to stand for better Nigeria. So the people in charge, the people that are ruling us right now, they don't want to hear anything about him, because they know that he's a man of a good character, a man of a good behaviors. He is not as most of these our leaders. All what they want is to steal, embezzle money, and to make us to continue to remain in hardship. Obi is against anything that will make us to suffer, and they are against him. It's just like I just view Obi as a person like Mr. Trump of America, who is willing to stand for the people of America and make America great. And these people, they know it for sure. They don't want this country to be great, because they know he is a person who will fight for us. And by the grace of God, they will not do anything to Obi. God will cover him, and there is nothing they can do. Thank you.
Okay, let us look at the relief call from the Enugu state governor that Samuel Ekpa should be extradited to Nigeria to answer some questions regarding allegations being levied against him. Recall that Samuel Ekpa is a Finland-based Biafra agitator. Remember that the Nigerian government through Nigerian military have declared him wanted before now, but the Enugu state governor is asking that he should be extradited to Nigeria to face prosecution. What is your view?
I don't think that is going to be a good thing for them to did anything bad for Samuel Ekpa. That is a man that I believe. I believe Biafra is something that we don't supposed to be talking about. Biafra. By now, the federal government should make those people to go. These are people that want to be independent of themselves, and you are trying to stop them from being independent. You want them to depend to be one Nigeria, when we know that this country is not one. So if the Finland are going to support Samuel Ekpa, they should support him with all hearted, which I believe that not only Finland. I just believe that there will be a mega support. It's going to be starting by the special grace of God by next year. I believe that America. I believe if Trump come on power, this thing is not going to continue to be like this. I believe he will support Samuel Ekpa. I believe that this Biafra must take place, and the federal government must stop any allegation concerning him, to extradite him, to do anything to harm him, because that will not be a good thing for them. What we are expecting the federal government to do now is to cut their salary, not only cut their salary, to make price of things to go down, so that our life will come back to normal. Thank you.
Okay, let us quickly look at something coming from Ojo Zokalo here. Is the urges of Carlo, that's Carlo pushes for part-time legislature, regional government. Is this something that you want Nigeria to practice?
I don't think third time registration is going to be good, because third time is going to mean that they will continue to rule, they will continue to stay in power, and that is what they want. So I don't think that is going to be, I don't think that is going to be helpful, because if they will only stick to what, to practice what we are doing, I think it will be better, and to do the needful, to do what people are expecting of them. But third time,
No, part-time, part-time.
okay, part time, okay, part time. Eto, if it is part-time, if it is for good, then fine, but if it is not going to be helpful, then I see no reason for it.
Okay, finally, before I let you go, let us look at the intention of Dangote to decide to sell his refinery to NNPC, because he have indicated interest that he may sell the refinery to NNPC. Remember that before now, Dangote have raised some concern that some players in the industry are trying to frustrate him. Do you think it's because of the frustration he may want to sell it?
Yes, I think it's because of the frustration. They would like to frustrate him, because even him, Dangote, uh, those criminals that are behind him, and I believe not only the criminals that are behind him, yes, the criminal that are behind him might not have the power, because right now the person that is in charge, which is which is Ahmed Bola Tinubu, I think is the one that will frustrate him, and he will be the one to see that he take over this thing. If he takes it over, to sell it to sell it for federal government to buy it, I think he will be one of the person that will have a bigger share, which is Ahmed Bola Tinubu. And I don't think that is going to be nice. If it is going to be for federal government, let it be for federal government. But any person that is going to have a bigger share on it, I don't think it's going to be good.
But will it be fair for Dangote to be frustrated to the point of wanting to sell his refinery? Will it be fair?
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair, because he has an intention, a good intention, to see that that this thing is working, and they are the ones stopping that thing not to work. I just believe they are the ones stopping that refinery not to work. It's not just fair, because he's in the business, he's a businessman, and I don't think it's fair. Let's just be honest, it's not fair. And the people that are frustrating him, I don't think they are doing a good job. That is a bad job for me.
But you always speak in favor of Biafra. Is it that you have visited any part of the southeast?
I never visit part of the south, but what I've experienced in my state makes me to understand and to believe that Biafran people are innocent people. That is why I always want them to be on their own. While I was growing up as a child, they used to make me feel as if Biafran people are people that do not want the progress of this country. But now that I have become a man, I understood that Biafran people really want to stand against evil, which 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 they could not be able to withstand. But now we understand their evil, those that have been holding this country to be one, they are the one that are causing trouble for this country, because they have been stealing money, stealing and stealing and stealing. Right from that time and up to today, they are stealing. And for me, Biafra to go, I think is a nice thing. I would love them to go. I would just to see them going on their way. I believe that those people are not just putting their interest on the resources that they have. I believe that they have the knowledge and wisdom to have their own nation, to build a nation. With nothing, they can build something. I believe that the Igbos can do that, because even if you go to the north, you will see that the Igbos are contribute a major contribution which they have given to the north. So now that they want to go, why will you not allow them to go? These are people that they want to develop their country, want to do something good for their country. That is my.
Okay, now let us equally look at something here that is talking about. He say rebellion brews in Senate over pro-Tinubu stance. Northern Senate caucus divided. No, Tinubu not interfering. Senate spokesman. Do you believe that Tinubu is interfering in what is happening in the Senate?
Yes, Tinubu must, his son must be there. His son must be there. There are people that are with him, and there are people that are not with him. Like I believe some of the Senate from the northern, with the hardship that they are seeing, the people of the north are in hardship because the northern leaders, they have been stealing money. They are the big criminals. Yes, I'm from the north, but the northern leaders are the big criminals, and they are the people that used to tell their people, give back, give back. When a child is growing up, you will see a child of 19 years, 18 years, they will make him to give back, to have a family of his own. A person that cannot be able to go and get a job for himself, you have given him a wife, and you've given him a wife, and what do you expect? It's going to be a lot of hardship because we are just producing children, children, children. So the leaders of the north, they are the wicked leaders in this country. I must say it without fear. I'm not afraid. Yes, they are the wicked people, wicked leaders in this country are the leaders of the north, and I believe their wickedness is coming to an end. I always say it, and I will continue to say it. Thank you.
Okay, let me take you on local government autonomy. There is a bill currently in the National Assembly seeking to remove the power to conduct local government election from the hands of the states and put it in the hand of INEC. Now, local government have gotten financial autonomy. Is this something you want to welcome? That national INEC should be conducting local government election going forward?
I don't think I would like that to happen because INEC are corrupt people. INEC are corrupt. The most corrupt sector in this country is INEC. So I don't want INEC to interfere. Let the state should take an affair on that. But for the INEC to interfere, I don't think it's going to be fair because they are corrupt people. Yes, let the state do their thing because I believe it's going to be fair, it's going to be free, it's going to be better. But for INEC to interfere, no.
Okay. Lastly, what would be your advice to Nigerians seeing that they are talking about this protest?
Yes, this country, we have to protest. If we do not protest, we will continue to die in poverty, we will continue to die in hunger. It is time. They say freedom is not free. Freedom is you have to fight for it. If you want freedom, you must fight for it. So I think now is a moment that we Nigerians, we have to fight the government to take that which they have taken away from us.
I
Thank you.
must say a very big thank you, Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming. We hope to have you next time. Thank you very much,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Paul.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chinedu Michael, you are welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you for having me, Mr. Matthew, on Satellite Media this morning. This is Monday morning. We are reporting live from somewhere in West Africa. Mentioning the name, has to come with a lot of survival and, of course, struggle. And we are here to also give you highlights on development, a very deep one. There is a lot to, share, wherever you're watching us from. Just always have a date and keep a date with us. Thank you for being there. Keep on watching. Your comments and your response is of a good development for us. To continue to do this. To share with you on developments, politics, anything at all. I think I'm.
Okay, yes, Mr. Chinedu Michael, let me quickly take you on what is coming from the Enugu State Governor. Some Ekpa seems to be in bigger trouble. Remember that before now, the military high command have declared him wanted, and we are seeing a renewed call for his extradition. This time around coming from the Enugu State Governor, saying that the man need to come back home and answer for his crime. What is your take?
He's not a Nigerian. I don't know why they want to, whether they are insisting. He has denounced Nigeria. Everything that has to do with Nigeria about him has been sent to Nigeria, has been given to Nigeria. He has removed his hand in anything that has to do with Nigeria. The governor of Enugu State is a Nigerian, from my understanding, and calling for somebody who has claimed that he's not a Nigerian. I don't know how that is going to fit well into that kind of argument that is being raised up, and what they are supposed to be focusing on, they are not focusing on it. They should distance themselves, and of course, leave Simon Ekpa alone for now, and you can see that everywhere is currently being tensed, and who is there to, give a kind of reassurance to people who have been nailed to the wall always by other ethnic groups. So we are not going to take that. I think the time has come for some of these governors to realize that these things are happening everywhere. And the Yorubas are taking a particular stand, the Northerners are taking a particular stand. There's no how that will not have how would I put it? People who want to protect their heritage and that's what Simon Ekpa is trying to do. Simon Ekpa is not fighting anybody. Simon Ekpa is asking that the people of Biafra should be defended. The people of Biafra should be able to get justice. The people of Biafra should be able to, do their things the way they want in an atmosphere, of tranquility and justice. And that is what Simon Ekpa, in absence of peace, what else do you expect when there's no peace? Of course, violence will come in, and violence can be in any form. It can be in a hard word. It can be seen in hard words. It can come in any form. So the Enugu State Governor, to my own little knowledge, I would advise Mba, the governor, to concentrate on how to give people good governance in Enugu State, since he cannot be able to stand against, the deep sentiment against Igbos everywhere. So I don't think those things are going to work. Arrest, repatriation, rendition, what they call it, extradition, all those kind of theories does not longer, exist, in Simon Ekpa's theory, or rather, in any of his plan and agenda. He does not see those things as a threat. He does not see those things as a threat. Somebody does not see those things as a threat. I think people are beginning to understand the direction Simon Ekpa is trying to go, because Igbos cannot be left, in the hands of these people who are being controlled by elements that does not mean well for the Igbos, simply because they are answering Nigeria. No, we have seen the number of how many times Fulanis invaded Enugu State and killed people in Enugu State, without any reaction from anybody, without even any word, or, from anybody. So and we cannot continue like that. It should distance itself from making unnecessary statements about Simon Ekpa. That's from my own opinion, because I think to an extent it is time for the Igbos, for the Biafrans themselves to be very, very resilient, because the attack and sentiment is getting very, very worrisome. And I must want to plead with Biafrans all over the world, wherever they are, those anywhere they are in Europe, anywhere they are in the Western world, Asia, anywhere they are, that there is that we are calling for a unity of purpose, to defend what belongs to us. We cannot be in our land and somebody comes in and wipe away our heritage, or what about our culture, wipe away our rape our people, all in the name of conquest. And the governors are sitting down there and saying extradition, extradition, extradition. Is that what we should be talking about now? When there's the whole looks at the whole thing is under a threat. The whole Biafran region is under a threat now. We don't need that. And I would advise the Ohanese or any of the Igbo think tanks or opinion molders to at least find a way to pass certain message to some of these governors, because you don't know who is watching, you don't know who is listening, you don't know who the plan they are coming to have anytime, any day, and nobody is defending the Igbos at that level. Where ethnic sentiment has gone viral, has eaten deep into our nationalism, and everything seems to be falling apart currently now. So it cannot work. And of course, the Finnish government, this is not the first time such thing has been made known to them, and they understand that the struggle for survival of Biafran is as important as the struggle to embrace nature. So, you can't distance ourselves from nature. Nobody can stay in this world and say we will distance itself from nature. Biafra is like nature to Igbos, to Biafrans all over, wherever they are. Biafra has become iconic, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. We will sustain it. We know what the Jews.
Sorry, someone have a message for you saying, I think it's Ezugo Amechi. May God bless you, my brother.
Yes, thank you, Ezugo. Thank you, Ezugo. God bless you. Ezugo, get your friends, come. Let your friends be part of this program, because, we are facing a lot of serious challenge here, and we are not going to stop, because, I remember that my own dad also was involved in the Biafran War. My own dad fought Biafran War, before he died. And when he during his days, when he discovered that there was this plan, to restore a nation that have existed on this earth, as a result of constitutional ceasefire that they entered with Nigeria, and there were clauses, there were windows of restoring that nation back according to the UN charter. So, and that's what we are fighting. And when my father called to discover that, the issue of Biafra, has been resurrected. Let me use that word. He was excited. He felt that, that we are all heroes, those who defended the Biafran land during the 1967 war. So for me,
sorry, Mr. Jack is equally, after we need to recognize them. Yes. Mr. Jack is equally saying, thank you. Thanks for your good work. Mr. Jack is commenting.
Yes, Mr. Jack, I don't know where you are talking to us from. God bless you. God bless you. I want this thing to happen. It's my joy. I believe that, as a black Hebrew, I'm not even saying I'm a black Jew. As a black Hebrew, in Biafra, Africa rise. Igbos are getting spread all over the world. Igbos are beginning to understand the need for unity of purpose, and that unity of purpose is the restoration, of the mandate that was given to us, divinely given to us by God. This is not man-made.
You have responded to it. He says it's from Spain.
Okay, thank you,
Jack.
Mr. Jack. Thank you. Kudos to you. Please always come online on this platform. Get your friends, to identify with this platform. Where we report, our views, where we are trying to talk to our fellow Biafrans anywhere they are in the world, to understand that the time has come and God has ordained what we are doing at this moment, and we must continue to say it the way it is. Forget the fanatical statement coming from the Arab Yorubas, recently, pinpointing what is supposed to be, a national survival is by the youth. They came up and singled out Igbos, singled out IPOB, singled out our own Peter Obi, and of course, Simon Ekpa has responded to that and has made it very clearly that anywhere Biafrans are, no matter what happens, any attempt on attack on their lives, the Biafrans anywhere will be armed. We are not going to take that again, and we know what happened, what transpired between 1967 and now, where the whole world, stood against Biafra. Biafra survived. They survived that war, and the rise of Biafra, in this generation has started, and Africa and the world must listen to us.
Let us equally recognize Oka for Peter, saying, well done. We like what you people are doing. That is coming from Oka for Peter, commending you as well.
Oh, I greet you, my brother. God bless you. This is a kind of, joy and encouragement, and when people from there begin to identify with us. This is not a Nigerian conventional media, where they paint matters and collect envelopes, and put things. Look at what the Yoruba media are reporting, this morning, reported yesterday, and they cannot be able to balance issues, They went, and started to, use numerous media platforms, to attack the Biafran. We continue to mention it. We are Biafrans. Our language is Igbo. We cannot deny that. So we are ready, whatever it takes, to ask the world, to let the world know now that we cannot continue to be part of a modern entity. Nigeria is a modern entity, and I'm sorry to say it. No matter how you look at it, there are no indices pointing that Nigeria has any life in it anymore. And the only people, that illuminate life in Nigeria today are being singled out, for fanatical attack, and we must resist that.
Before I go to the next issue, let us look at Abo Daniel saying, "I like the way you say the truth." That is coming from Abo Daniel.
Oh, Daniel, thank you. God bless you. Thank you. I'll keep the comments flowing. We are here to share things, with you, and also hear from you in any development at all, in any area you feel that we can continue to, get the consciousness of Biafrans all over the world, but here in Nigeria, to understand the direction we are going. We are going to spread no inch of. I keep on saying it. It's not a joke. I keep on saying it. I've said this several on several platforms. you know, that what we are seeing today as Biafra is going to expand, and the expansion movement has already started, and everybody is identifying, because the Igbos have struggled, you know, over time to survive without government input, you know, and they are still insisting when there is a time for them to share national interest. You know, they said, he's a rebel, he's not an Igbo. Put him. But when it's time for them, you know, to create crisis, you know, they will single out Igbo. When there's a time for attack, they will single out Igbo. No, we are not going to resist. We are going to resist that. But the Northerners too, who are trying to find a kind of be relational now, we are not going to. We know what happened in the past, you know, how they target an Igbo queue, and from there I can give you, you know, statistics of what happened. The first batch of Igbos that was killed in 1953, we are over 300,000 in the north. You know, I'm not talking about the over 3 million children that was kwashiorkor. I'm not talking about the over 3 million Biafran fighters, you know, that imagine in a situation where we still have those best brains, those men, brave men, you know, who stood against the world, the whole world, not even Nigeria. Even Nigeria would have overrun them, you know, but they stood, you know, and that was the ingenuity, you know, that was where the Europeans discovered, you know, that the black man has something really to offer if given a chance.
Okay, now, though you have dived into that area a little bit, in what looks like Onanuga missing his target, Nigerians refuse to believe that Obi is the one sponsoring or that intend to sponsor the nationwide protest. Even as the part of Tame have said, though he's not part of it, but he's not against it.
Yes, you know, I've been sounding it because I've taken my time to do my studies very well, to understand. I'm a Biafranist, you know, you understand, and I have no regret about it, because it is an identity my own father, biological father, gave to me. You understand? My father, you know, believed that he's a Jew. He told me as a child growing up that he called my name and said, "You're a Jew. You should understand." And I discovered that, you know, on the course of trying to unveil the truth, all my life it has always been Biafra.
Sorry.
Biafra.
You know, we want this thing to be interactive. Let us acknowledge William Onyeka saying, "Mr. Speaker, your position is quite motivating. Keep it up. We are home already in human being." Okay, no human being can stop us this time.
Yes, the consciousness is awake.
That is coming from Mr. William Onyeka.
Oh, Mr. William
You know,
Onyeka.
to be interactive. That's why we are.
Yeah, and it's a kind of, you know, a boost, you know, for this platform, because I know that we have started it, you know, and we are not going back, you know. Thank you, Mr. Williams Frank. If I'm right, you know, wherever you are commenting from, God bless you. Keep a date, keep the faith alive. You know, Biafra has come. I can tell you that the world politics is changing. The world political coagulation, the Middle East is changing. The things are moving, you know. Nnamdi Kanu has a position Biafra, you know, in the minds of every African, the minds on every in the international community. You know, the Biafran ideology and consciousness is building on daily basis. Even here in Nigeria, you know, even some of Nigeria, the Biafran quest had divided even the Yorubas. You know, when I was telling you that, how come that the Yorubas started asking for Duduwa, you know, even though that we know that the Arab Yorubas in them who has embraced the conquest agenda, without Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, the resistance wouldn't have been there by now. You know, you can see the extent where how they, you know, at every slightest provocation, people are being killed anywhere in Nigeria, even in the north. But now it cannot happen, because they know that, you know, the Igbos are getting armed, they're having understanding, you know, they are beginning to know, the Nigerians themselves are beginning to know the truth now, and that is why, you know, everybody, you know, we can say it anywhere, any day, because, you know, it is nature, it is divinity, it is the right thing to do. So thank you. To respond to Frank, thank you, God bless you. To respond to what Onanuga or whatever you call him is, you know, to what the development making around recently. Well, let me tell you, he singled out some certain things. He said some certain things. You know, he even make references to issues, things that we do, like what we are doing here today. You know, that you know, the obedient are the ones who are creating who are pushing for end bad government. My question to Ononuga, if he has not resigned, I think by now there should be pressure on him to resign for inciting ethnic cleansing, against the Igbos. That was why they started terming him, an Arab Yoruba, because yes, that's the fact. He has that kind of ideology in him. So we tend to make it very clearly now, as we advance, to begin to explain these things as it stands, that we are going to IPOB has responded to that. I think the Billiard movement has also responded to that. The spokesperson of Obi has responded to that. And Obi too has come out, to make a response. Part to Tommy, a lot of people are saying and condemning, that press release from media aid to Tinubu. So we know that their target might not be possibly the protest per se. Their target might likely be, trying to use their unsuccessful plan, against Nnamdi Kanu, to find a way to keep the young man there. That's why the entire Igbo nation is saying that, Nigerians pretending to be nice to Igbos is a trap plan in disguise. We know that very well. We know the whole thing that is being played out. So a lot of messages as I'm talking to you, a lot of informations, a lot of interactions is going on the ground currently now. Even the lawmakers in the federal house of in the House of Assembly, federal House of Assembly, and the Senate, are already divided over their statement, because it's all founded, and there's no reason a single tribe, a particular people, should be mentioned out in a situation where millions of Nigerians are going to bed on daily basis hungry. I told you something ago, that they have already told him that if care is not taken, that it looks like Tinubu want to run just for one term, coming from the northern a former APC chieftain from the north, because the whole thing that is playing out gradually now seems that the man seems to be, going to be a one-term president, so to say. And you can see what I told you about. I said some time ago about what is happening to Dangote, now that it has political undertone, and you can see it manifesting. We understand Nigeria. Nobody can come and tell us the story about this entity called Nigeria. No, Nigeria is not anybody's name. Go and check the history of in the whole world. Nigeria is nobody's name. Nigeria name was given out of hatred, and we cannot be part of hatred, and that the whole thing is spread everything everywhere in Nigeria. No coordination, no unity. The leaders themselves, they call it unity. At the end of the day, no unity, not even no unity among them. Look at Alin Dume, one of the outspoken parliamentarian that came out and said, "I stand by my word." He said it publicly, "I stand by my word." What does that tell you? It tells you that something is strong somewhere, and there's a planned cover up. So let us see how those things are going to develop at the end of the day. But what I'm saying in is this: no matter what they do now, the spirit of Biafra has already left Nigeria.
Okay, before I take you to Dangote issue, let us look at Mr. Tony Mr. Tony, yes, Uchendo Ifesenachi from Denmark, say, "My brother, we thank you for what you always say. Nigeria will," he's trying to say Nigeria will not know peace if they don't want Biafra to have peace. That is from Denmark.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. That's why I don't want to be having Nigeria as a name. That's the honest truth. If not because of a certain factor. That's why I always say that I am reporting from West Africa, somewhere in West Africa. I don't need to promote the name of this dangerous name called Nigeria. That the only thing they understand is survival of corruption. Once Igbo, for 104 years of Nigerian existence, no Igbo man has become president. The only person, maybe out of sympathy, or out of seen injustice by Nigerians, especially the youths. I'm not talking of these old people who are in the pond, disturbing. For 104 years, Igbo man has never been deemed to be president in Nigeria. And the only man that come closely that people are still fighting for today. How are we going to look that? How are we going to take that? The people themselves, understand that there is need for us to keep this thing alive, keep the momentum alive. It's not only Igbos that voted for P2B. It's not only Yorubas that voted for P2B. It's not only Hausas that voted for Obi. Obi become a national consciousness because of what is in him. That was how Obi arrived at where he is today. Igbos are taking their time because of their experience during the war. Igbos are taking their time to do things, at every point in time. But that does not mean that they can be pushed to the wall. There will be resistance, and of course, and it will be daring. So I understand Obi's position, I understand Labour Party position, and I understand Obi's position. These things are all over Nigeria. Over 7 million voters went to Obi in 2023. Not only Igbos. In Lagos State, the Jagaban territory, he won him accurately. What does that mean? It means that Nigerians are eager to save Nigeria from balkanization, because the consciousness has been awakened over the time by the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, trying to educate, trying to position Biafrans. Because when you keep on understanding and begin to do a thorough checkup on why the situation is continuing to be like this, especially in Nigeria, concerning Igbos, you begin to find out a lot of things. Forget Asari Dokubo them, and men are rising from that region. What is South and what is Niger Delta? These are old East Central states. As I'm talking to you now, there's a plan to reactivate, to activate, the old Eastern warlords. They're already, as I'm talking to you, they're already meeting up, having their exchanging, ideas on the attack on Obi and what the position of the IPOB concerning the federal government Obi tagged protest on that matter.
Okay, now on a final note, help us understand what we should know, because you look like a man who foresee the future. Because we just saw this morning that Dangote is already having intention that he may sell his 650,000 refining capacity, barrel capacity to NNPC. Yeah. Could it be as a result of frustration from Nigerian government?
No, there has been. I got that impression, that understanding. I begin to feast on it gradually when Tinubu's led administration invaded the headquarters of Dangote in Lagos. You can remember some time ago it happened, and the office of the big man was ransacked. Dangote did not say anything in that regard, but his friends started advising him, that this government, it might likely be anti-Dangote interest at the end of the day, that he should buckle up, because I don't see the reason why I will have crude oil here in Nigeria here, and it's importing crude oil. I don't see the reason why we have some of the materials that he needed to run that refinery, and he goes outside to import it. What does that tell you? And I can see some elite Yoruba top businessmen are beginning to take financial positions, in our banking sector, have begin to head the banking sector. What did they get the money? Why did all of a sudden now we see the likes of Otodola, buying up banks, buying up shares? Some of them are buying everywhere. All of a sudden, it means that there's a drive for Yorubalization, and already has been identified by a certain section of the country. The Northerners have seen it, have seen the direction this administration is going. So I thank God that Dangote has come out publicly now to make it very clearly now, that some interest, he doesn't want to mention them, but we know, have frustrated him to the extent that he has put the refinery on sale. The highest bidder picks it. Then let us see what is going to happen, and who that is going to come up, to bid for refinery. It's unfortunate they don't understand. The only innocent people that is not involved in this caricature nation is only Igbos. Go and check the history. Go and check it. Even before the amalgamation of Nigeria, we have always been distinct. We champion our own Republican natural struggle without any interference. That's what Igbo says. Ebe beru go bere. In case he be na, see ebe go ebe, means ebe go ebe. Then there will be problem. That's the Igbo man culture and tradition. Live and let live. If you say I will not live, okay, show me where I will live. It is when you refuse to show an Igbo man where he will live, then he begin to ask you questions. And that was what happened when the Europeans invaded Igbo land. That has been the understanding, and they begin to fragment the Igbo natural territorial geographical areas. Do you understand what I'm saying? They begin to fragment it. The documents are there. And those are the things we are saying this morning. You know, they not have noticed some certain things. You know, Dangote is a pointer and a reference to what is already playing around, you know, in this Tinubu's administration.
I think I must say a very big thank you for your time this morning, Mr. Chinedu Michael. Authentic himself. Let us have it briefly, please. Okay, let us look at Mr. Araf Umechi. Mr. Araf. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Gary.
You are welcome. We are looking at the renewed call for extradition of Simon Ekpa from Enugu State Governor.
Enugu State Governor is calling for extradition of Simon Ekpa.
Yes.
We are calling for his extradition from Enugu State because he was the one responsible for killing and burning, setting ablaze the governor chief hopeful of Labour Party last year. The young man was killed by the opposition. We know, faceless people. No one has been found, guilty of that bloody act. So if Kenneth Mba, I don't know if his name is Kenneth Mba, but I know that his surname is Mba. The governor of Anambra State is asking for extradition of Enugu State, asking for the extradition of Simon Ekpa. I think we have begun with the obedience, with the Labour Party people. We've been hunting and investigating for over how many months now? Who could have been guilty of the demise of the former Labour governor chief hopeful? In Enugu State, he was set ablaze, a young man. And they later found out that the guy is from the Namanis. And the killers started regretting. Yes, that is the kind of aggrieved politics they are playing in Igbo land. Killing him and setting him ablaze. The perpetrators now began to understand that the guy was part of their lineage. Yes,
in the build up to the 2023 presidential election, general election, I mean to say. I say it happened in the build up to the 2023 general election.
When the permutation was just gathering and gathering, it was at the peak of it that this Labour governor chief hopeful was, demised, was disallowed by some people. The man died. They set him ablaze. So Simon Ekpa could not have perpetrated anything like that in Enugu State. What Simon Ekpa is doing presently is to make sure that Igbo man is set free from the contraption called Nigeria. Because it is obvious that they are not doing everything together. I mean the other two tribes with Igbo man. They alienated the Igbos. We become estranged on the contraption called Nigeria. Yet, if they are going to America, if they go to UK, if they are on a summit in Japan, they will be laughing and smiling as if all is right in Nigeria. It's a lie. We are not one. There's no unity in Nigeria. Simon Ekpa is fighting for Igbo man to go. Okay, I'm not happy hearing this kind of story. This is an accept-so. A story that is referring, which animals are the characters. A story that is characterized by animals. Tales by moonlight. Simon Ekpa is doing the right thing to every meaningful Igbo man. It's a significant struggle by a man that left Nigeria for what? Scholarship in Finland. And if not that Finland had gone through what Igbo man had gone, I think Finland would have sold Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. But do you know what happened? It can never be. In 1956, Finland got her independence from USSR. It was a struggle that was going on and on through the Cold War between America, East and Western Bloc. That was when you have East German with the capital Bonn, West German with the capital Berlin, before the two blocs collapsed in 1990. I don't know what to understand. And okay, let me tell you, the story here, we are talking about Biafra. We are all going to smile very soon. Nigeria is not getting it right when it matters most that they are supposed to do the needful by allowing Igbo man to be there. Igbo man won an election, they pursue him. They sack him. Yes, using the umpire, INEC. They bought him with money, $270 million. We know. And today the wrong person was put at the office of Asurok. And let me tell you, that's why we all understand that the people that are enabling the executive to be reckless on Nigerians are the what? The lawmakers. The legislatures, they are guilty of that. They are the ones that are celebrating people that are truncating what injustice in Nigeria. Because they are the one, they are the ruling party. Oga, Simon Ekpa, go. Kenneth Mba, or governor of Enugu State, Mr. Mba, go to Finland. Go. See, Peter Mba, it is not enough telling Finland. Let me just suggest for you. Board aircraft from Enugu, it is very close to your office. Go to Finland. On getting to the airport, I don't want you to follow normal protocol. No, use saxophone. Saxophone, start talking from airport so that Simon Ekpa will be given to you. Then you will come home. You think that you will disrespect law in Finland, the most advanced country in the Scandinavian region of Europe is Finland.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rapubichi. Let us have Mr.
Godwin.
Mr. Godwin, you are welcome. You are welcome.
Yeah.
Let us look at in what look like federal government or Tinubu missing his target. People are saying that Ononuga is not correct when he fingered Obi at the brain behind the proposed nationwide protest. What is your take?
Yeah, the man is not correct. It's not correct in every ramification, in every areas. Because truly people are angry. People are hungry and they are angry. There's a saying that an hungry man is an angry man. So what do you have to say of the economic situation in the country? You know, there's suffering in the land. So Ononuga should come to the street. He should leave the comfort of his zone and come to the street. He should come to the streets and experience what we are facing, what the masses are facing. If he comes to the street, he will not be able to, he will not be saying all these things. Because we, the masses, truly, things have gone out of hand. And no, people go to market every day, you know, different prices we are being given to them. You know, you buy a bag of rice today, we have a kind of galloping, you know, inflation. The inflation is not, is the highest. It's on record. Statistic does not lie. So if you say Obi is behind the protest, look at the statistic. Go and check the statistic. It doesn't tell lie. So Nanugo should go back to history and check statistic of things of the economy of this country. We're one of the highest economy in the world. In Africa before under Jonathan. But today, where are we? The statistic is there. The inflation is there. The foreign exchange is there. You should go and check before you touch all these things.
Okay, now talk to us about the frustration of Dangote. Dangote have indicated interest to sell his refinery to NNPC. Don't forget that before now, Dangote have raised alarm that international oil companies in Nigeria are frustrating his effort. At the point, he raised the alarm that oil cartels globally are frustrating his effort. Okay. What is your thought about Dangote willing to sell that refinery to NNPC?
No. He shouldn't sell it. I don't support Dangote in selling refineries to NNPC. He has been in business. He's a businessman. He has been in business for a long time. He has been in the manufacturing industry, cement, producing sugar, so many things. So that you can talk about. He has been in business. So he shouldn't sell it. So selling it now, it means that he's in the private sector. So I shouldn't sell it. I will not advise him to do that. Whoever that is against him or whatever, like he has been doing his business, he should continue to do it. And then I don't think nobody can, nobody can be against him.
Okay, talk to us about Carlo. This is not just Carlo. He said Carlo pushes for part-time legislature, regional government.
Yeah, of course. We have been in support of that for a long time. You know, part-time legislation is very good because it will save, a lot of resources. You know, I believe that some countries are doing that. If we are going to do that, it will help us a lot. You know, the legislator themselves, they have been extravagant. You know, they are taking a huge, huge scarce resources from Nigerians. So look at the budget, look at the issue of a padded budget, look at allowances, salary, this and that. So it's too much. I mean, if you people, just few percentages of people are taking too much out of 200 million plus Nigerians, how much will remain for the masses, for the masses? So I mean, if that can skate through, I will be so happy. It's a welcome development. I support that. Also, regional government is a welcome development. That is what we have been doing before, and it really helped us in the past.
Now, before we let you go, let us look at what we have here. It's saying rebellion brews in Senate over Tinubu stance. The rider is saying Northern Senate caucus divided. The second rider is saying no, Tinubu not interfering. That's coming from Senate spokesman. In your considered opinion as a Nigerian who follows the polity, is Tinubu actually interfering in the run of the Senate?
Of course. You know, if you look at the executive, you know, the Senate presidents, look at some Senate leaders, all these Tinubu, I think he has been there, he has been interfering. I believe that this Senate president, Gospel Akpabio, is a Tinubu man, is an APC man, and APC has the majority. No, so I mean, there's nothing bad in the president have his people, supporters in the Senate, in the National Assembly. But what is not good in this area is that when the senator, the National Assembly, are turning their eyes against the masses, you know, any kind of borrowing here and there, any decision the president want to take, I mean, rubber stamp a National Assembly. That is what we don't want. They should play their role as National Assembly and let the president play his role as the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. If a president has contravened any section of the constitution, the senators or the National Assembly should not hesitate to impeach the president. That is my take.
Well, practically in Nigeria, is it possible to impeach a president?
Well, I believe that a day will come. I don't think it's possible now. With this so-called politician that we have now, I don't think it's possible. But I believe that a day is coming whereby, I look at what happened in America just yesterday. Joe Biden has stepped down.
Yes, of course.
Vice. You know, a day is coming whereby a president will be issued by the National Assembly, especially the one that is not performing, that has contravened, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A day is coming whereby the National Assembly will wake up to their responsibility. I think so, very soon.
Now, conclusively, talk to us about the renewed call for extradition of Ekpa from Finland by Enugu State Government.
There's no country in the world where people don't have rights, no, don't have freedoms for self-determination. There's no country. So from where we are coming from, every nation has right for self-determination. Biafra too has a right for self-determination. And I don't think it's a bad thing. But I don't want it in a violent way. It should be peaceful. So for anybody to be, look at Nnamdi Kanu still there. They're also talking about Simon Ekpa. So it's a right. It's a right under the United Nations. So if a particular group is coming up to determine because of one reason or the other, they believe that they have been marginalized. Look at by looking at the political space in Nigeria, political happenings in Nigeria, you will believe that these people, this Biafra, this Igbo, Southeast, they have been marginalized politically in so many areas. But if you don't want them to continue in this administration, do something politically, bring them together, dialogue with them, discuss with them, bring them, come together on the table, on the round table, and find a way of sorting things out. That is how it's supposed to be. That is how it's supposed to be. Nobody should should play God. Nobody should play God. These people are part of Nigeria. Igbo people are part of Nigeria. The Southern are part of Nigeria. They should come together. The federal government should bring them together. Bring them on. But I know some Igbos, in the National Assembly. I know they are there. They are also begging the president, trying to solve the issue of Nnamdi Kanu politically. So there's Samuel Ekpa with the issue of the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. He's not happy. It's not happy about it. If you want the man to be happy, there are ways. There are many ways to catch a rat. There are many ways. There are many ways that you can solve this issue. Not by extradition or here and there arrest, detention, this and that, killing of people, shooting. Yeah. No, no, no. That is not the best way to solve issue.
I must say, very thank you for your time. Thank you very much. We hope to have you next time. Thank you very much. Let us look at what is coming from our viewers online. This is Mr. Nathaniel Abu saying APC Tinubu, enough of all of them. Okay, all of them are aware of the hardship and the hungry in the land. They are calling Peter, they are calling Peter Obi and IPOB. And so, okay, so to get sympathy from North, okay, this equally Nathaniel Abu. He said instead of calling for the arrest of Ekpa by Eastern governors, I urge them to find a way and dialogue with him in Finland while still pushing for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, you can come on board, Mr. Nee. Let us have a well-respected, articulated international reviewer, analyst in the person of Mr. Nee. Mr. Nee, you are welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, quickly talk to us about your thoughts that Dangote is willing to sell his refinery to NNPC. Before now, Dangote raised the alarm that international oil companies in Nigeria are frustrating him. At the point, he said oil cartels globally are frustrating him. Today, we are seeing surprise news that he is willing to walk away and give it to NNPC.
I think that's the statement that finally break the camel's back. Indeed, because the cabals cannot be bigger than the national interest. And if the cabals who have infiltrated NNPC are telling us over the years that the reason why they cannot easily rejuvenate or reconstruct the NNPC is because most of the parts are old-fashioned. So why not just sell the current NNPC refineries? I think we have about 4. Gather the money and take over Dangote, and Dangote walk away as a happy man, and then they can continue their capitalization of that.
But is it the best interest of the nation?
No, listen, a man has come out of his own will. He took a loan from World Bank. You, as the federal government, couldn't offer this guy a long-term loan. He had to pay through his nose, bribe so many families to acquire the land. I mean, there were a lot of things that were done back in Lagos State, But now that the refinery has now come to operation, then they are now bringing all manners of excuse. Do you know that the claim that Dangote refinery refined products are substandard is actually a lie? In fact, when the senators, the legislators, when they got there, right before their eyes, they conducted a test. They found out that Dangote's Argo, which is diesel, and jet fuel, are way superior than what Total, a supposed, internationally owned company, is selling to us. Meanwhile, the regulator did never for one day complain about Total. They never complained about Mobile. That shows you that the enemies is within. And Dangote is not ready. He says, I know that the federal government does not have that money. I know the federal government is so poor, not just in money, but even in technical know-how. Okay?
To manage such a facility.
Yes, they even lack the technical know-how. When Dangote wanted to start this refinery, don't forget, he brought in over 5,000 Indians who were supposed to be on ground, who will be the floor managers of the refinery. Nigerians complain. What did the government do about that? If government was truly ready that this refinery is for us, it will be run by indigenous people. Right from that step, they would have called Dangote, no, reduce these guys. Okay, you can make them 2,000 Indians and 3,000 Nigerians. Why those 3,000 Nigerians will be learning on the job? Let's,
As it was
you
security
know,
transfer.
I mean, but the government is not ready. They are not showing any interest to support the success of this program. You understand? They are not ready to support the success of this refinery. And the man has come on, there's no point. Abba, there's no point. You cannot beat a dead horse. Nigeria is a dead horse. I am trying to feed a dead horse. Oh, he said it openly. He said, after all, I am not the only Nigerian. In fact, I felt maybe I should invest in the steel industry. And don't forget, no economy. In fact, no nation can be great without the steel, iron and steel industry.
And he already
He has shown
laid it down.
interest, and we know that when Dangote, they call him Ekweme, he speaks and he does what he speaks. He's not a man that will say what he cannot do. He has the capacity. He has the wherewithal, and he has the, the willpower to do anything he says he wants to do. Now, because of what he's experiencing in this petroleum sector, he has said, my hands off. People that have invested their money in Dubai should come and invest. Dangote said that if you have invested your money in Dubai, come and invest. Come back and invest. I am not the only patriotic Nigerian. But I am not still happy with Dangote. I want Dangote to be more confrontational. Listen, Dangote has gotten to a stage whereby if Nigeria has to move forward, he has to be very vocal. But we know that Dangote himself has enjoyed some, unfettered
Some
favors. Yes, but it's not from Tinubu. I can categorically tell you, it's not from Tinubu. And the product that is looming, Dangote will be a major financier. You won't be surprised. Dangote will be a major financier because we felt this man. Listen, as a capitalist, Tinubu will say that he is a capitalist. What will you do as a capitalist? The best thing a capitalist will give any entrepreneur in the economy is give them rule of law, enabling environments, okay, and reduce all forms of government bureaucracy and bottlenecks. What's the NNPC fighting for? What is their problem? We have a PIA, Petroleum Industry Act, that says that every local crude extractor should
Say a particular
sell a
percentage to
particular
local
amount.
refineries.
But today, the federal government is toothless. NNPC are tone deaf. When Farouk is coming out to say that Dangote is doing this, doing that, we have seen their game. And I think this guy understands that, man, I shouldn't just overstress myself. If you guys, I know they don't have the money. You will know that Tinubu himself is a totally incompetent person who doesn't know when to speak to issues. First and foremost, Nigerians are hungry. They are saying they want to protest. They have not addressed them. A prominent leader, the star of Africa, because Dangote is not just star of Nigeria. Dangote, the richest man in Africa, who is a star of Nigeria, is complaining bitterly. Oh, you think if a person like Bill Gates start complaining, you think a Biden will not call him into his Oval Office? Oga, come. What is happening? When Tesla was having issues, Trump invested a lot of money in Tesla. There was a time that Bill Gates was having issues. When they started with their Microsoft, the federal government had to place a ban on any foreign Microsoft softwares.
To protect their own.
Of course. Dangote even seeking for them banning importation of Argo diesel is not out of place. We thought we agreed that we want to ensure our economy grows. Let me tell you, there are dynamics to this things. You might decide that, okay, I want to do it in phases. Importation, I would ban 50% volume of what we import. Dangote, if you don't meet up, I will lift the ban. Well, you have in the next 2 months, that ban will be placed, which is 50%. If we were importing, let's say, for instance, 50 million, liters of diesel per day or per month, we'll reduce it to 25. Now that gap, you cover it. When we see that your capacity has increased, good. When Dangote has gained that stance, we will open the floor for new investors. We know that some people are building their what? Their refineries. But we cannot wait for 3 or 4 refineries to be ready. After all, NNPC promised us that the Port Harcourt refinery will be ready as of last year. Right? What happened? So that is to tell you that the Port Harcourt refineries will not be ready until this man leaves his seat. Because if they knew that, if they are so sure or confident that NNPC Port Harcourt refinery will be functional, but you know they've promised us that it will be functional this is it August or October. They've said another promise, right? If they were sure, they will allow Dangote to be producing the diesel yet. So immediately they will tell Dangote, oh Dangote, the only thing you will have, the share you have to sell to the market is maybe 20% of the total requirement. Let others follow suit. Listen, the policy are very easy, they're very flexible. So this issue of Dangote is the one monopolizing, it's a goddamn lie. When Standard Oil, I don't know if you know about the story of Standard Oil in America, which is owned by Rockefeller. When he first started, he was an audacious man, a man who was ready to go all out, a serial capitalist. He went into this oil business. He started with kerosene, then he went into jelly. And when he acquired more money, he started buying refineries that were making PMS. Government allowed him to grow so big. When he got to a time, what did they do? They balkanized him. Out of that Standard Oil is what we have Chevron. I know you know about Chevron. Out of that Standard Oil, we have so many American oil, and I think we have Mobil, Exxon Mobil, which the president during his campaign always used that he worked there and he got to the peak of his career. He's not acting like a man who has worked in the oil sector, who understands the dynamics, the nitty-gritty of the oil market. So it's unfortunate. So if Buhari can place an auction
Onaluga, Tinubu will disagree with you, not be obedient sponsor. What is your take?
No be obey the points of protest. Nigerians are already fed up of Tinubu government for the period of just short time that Tinubu emerged. You understand me? 1 year plus, Nigeria already they already fed up of Tinubu. So no be obey points of protest. But what me I say is that protest, you don't give government cap like that to do protest. The cap is too long for government to prepare for you. And government are power than you. Does that mean Nigeria is not a Nigerian of yesterday where they are power than government? Does that mean? Remember when they are power than military rules? They say Abi must go. And Abi will do what? Take off. Abi. So now Nigerians are weak to that extent that it's not like this. Does that mean? What you do is trying to what? Open the eyes of government that you want to come and contest on face October. I see it face I think it's September 1st. You give government a very long cap to prepare for you. As you come
1st August.
1st August, it's too long for government to prepare. We see up 1 week ahead. Since you started, give them notice. They don't they prepare. That's why they go accuse Peter Obi to create fear. All is weak. Now they're going to bring their strategy. They don't succeed to labor. They say they're going to pay them 70%, 70,000. It's fake. They're not going to pay them. So they don't do all their strategy to make sure they spoil the protest. Because of how you come in. You're not supposed to tell them. Plan your plan. Keep 1 day notice, 2 day notice. Boom. Strike don't start. You don't get idea. Before they run to toss this already go far. But now they don't give every solution. Lagos State, they can't be for Lagos State. He cannot campaign, he can't do riot for Lagos State. And they could do it. They could make sure he can't do it here. Because this Tinubu city. Get my point? Abuja, you know, go possible. Go possible, Abuja. So where are you going to do it? Kanu. Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt son cannot do riot. Eh? Aba cannot do riot. They are struggle people.
So seeing that this is the situation, what is your advice to Nigerians?
Advice to Nigeria, the protest no go work. You keep idea to government too early.
And what is your advice? What should they do?
Don't do like that. We should find somebody that is going to remove this government from power. That is me. I'm coming out. GPN.
Okay, before we go into GPN, let us look at Dangote refinery. He's saying they are trying to frustrate him. And he's not saying he wants to sell it to NNPC. And we have a Nigerian government that is managing 4 refineries, none is working. Do you think NNPC should buy it?
Yoruba frustrate him to sell. Now then go buy. Does that mean?
What do you mean?
Yoruba frustrate Dangote to sell that refinery. Now then go buy. It's a mystery. It's a game. You don't understand. Now we know. Does that mean? Where operation in spirit, not in physical. Yoruba frustrate Dangote to sell that refinery. Now then go buy. Say now NNPC buy. When they buy, now they don't get refinery for West. Tinubu is in power. They go threaten to wake get oil and take and define there. Dangote cannot define. They can't give him oil. Azana Tokubo said never. Tom Polo said never. They can't take oil for Niger Delta to define there.
So it's not about Tom Polo, it's about oil companies.
If you see define, you could have not said. You can't see oil. You can't see crude. It's talked by crude. You can't see crude to define. Because you call it Dangote refinery. No be Nigerian refinery. Nigerian take crude free to define in Nigerian refineries. But you say now your refinery. So Yoruba must frustrate him to sell that refinery. Tinubu be in power because he said after he sell it, the refinery will start to work. Because Yoruba you want to buy that refinery from him. He build it in their land. He make a big mistake. You don't build.
So he made a big mistake
to build refinery in Yoruba land. They have never seen it before. They have never had it before. They were dreaming of it. They don't see it. Dangote they become a fool to build refinery to Yoruba land. And you mind you don't go to East of Nigeria that it is Yoruba that destroy Nigerian refinery. How can your refinery work in Yoruba land? We have the gods of the land, we have the Almighty God, we have people who just against spiritually. So now Dangote don't make a mistake to come and build refinery in Yoruba land. They go take the refinery, they go buy it from him, they will destroy him. They will buy it from him. They go say now MPC. See now that this buy will succeed. This buy not going to take refinery, will succeed. Because Yoruba is involved. They go threaten him to sell and then go buy. All Nigerian property they don't sell, now then they buy. Abi, if they buy, you go think say na government. No, now then they buy those things. And if they buy it from Dangote, you go see it go start to work. I want to tell you, Dangote is supposed not to get that kind of idea. To come and build the refinery in Yoruba land. You know what I mean? He make a big mistake. He not go work. He go sell it. And then he said that is the end.
Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Pasoya Baso. Let's have it briefly. Thank you, sir. Okay. You know why I'm bringing you in. I know you are a nationalist. Okay. And the question I'm going to ask you have to do with national issue. Dangote just indicated interest to sell the refinery this morning. And we have seen Dangote coming out before now, raising alarm that international oil companies are frustrating his efforts at the point he said oil cartels globally are frustrating his efforts. Do you think there are interested persons in government who want to hijack that oil refinery?
Well, I don't understand when you say you want to sell your refinery.
So Dangote say he's inviting NNPC. If they want to buy, they should come and buy this refinery.
Is he on the paper? The advice?
Yes. It's on one of the national daily this morning.
Although I have not checked the paper this morning. Well, if it's, I think to me, I will call it rumors. Let hear if there is a press conference directly from Dangote saying or the official statement say that he want to sell his refinery. I think he have reason for that because if you look at even me, I want to sell my house. Everybody want to sell his property because the current government is not okay for the masses. There's no how it's not the way of doing business in this country is not easy because the government itself is not approaching things in a way that
and the people who want to do their business can strive very well. The country is not running very well. The economy is not, it's not okay. It's not friendly. I think an average person want to sell their property and get away with this country. That's what I think he's trying to do.
Okay, let me ask you about the protest. Before now, Obi was accused of a major sponsor of the protest. But Nigerians seem not to be believing the government because the statement came from Onanuga. It looks as if the government missed their target because Nigeria refused to believe them. What is your take?
Well, the protest, if the youth can come out in mass to take away our country away from these people who call themselves politicians, it will be very good. Look, the government will want to push in people that they feel that they are popular in this nation to help them to quench the protest by hanging the protest in the hand of an individual like Peter Obi or another person. I think at least the government know what they are doing. They are just playing a plan to make sure the protest is stopped. I read on, I think on another TV, on one of the TV news where Tinubu Wike was saying that he will not allow any protest I think in Abuja, that whoever come out to protest in Abuja will be killed and thereabout. The truth of the matter is if the Nigerian youth are sincere about what they actually want to do, they really want to take this country out of poverty, out of pain and hardship from the hand of APC. There's a way they can do it. They can go out and protest their normal protest, because the government will do everything humanly possible to stop the process by trying to hang it on the neck of an individual. Say they are the one that are sponsoring protest. To the best of my knowledge, as I am now, I'm hungry here. Nobody can sponsor me to go for violence or to protest against anything. And at least I'm an educated person. I understand what is good and what is bad. Nobody can sponsor me. I believe Nigeria is one of the wisest people on earth, as far to the best of my knowledge, because we have, if you look at the music industry, the youth are doing very well. Football, we are doing very, in all sectors we are doing very. The only area we are failing in this nation is leadership. In every other area in this country, we are doing excellently very well. But when it comes to leadership recruitment process, we are failing. I can tell you I can tell you for free that the current leadership of APC have no knowledge about leadership. Their rulership. There's a difference between a leadership and a rulership. A rulership must a man with a selfless services. It's a man that must give account of stewardship to his people. One day, one way or the other. Look at it. APC government, look at what they are doing in Edo State of recent now. A man like former deputy governor of Edo State, Felicia, want to enforce a court order by himself. A court order want to enforce it by himself. Where do you see that? Those things always happen during the era of APC. Look at, I'm even surprised that a judge who's supposed to have at least resist the APC and attempt to truncate democracy in Nigeria is the one that is even restoring the man that was legitimately impeached by a governor and a majority of the state House of Assembly. This APC government, to me, I can tell you for free, they have no idea about leadership.
I think I must say a very big thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I think it's a good place to let it go. I am Matu, and okay, let us have Mr. Jimsa. Mr. Jimsa, you are welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
We are looking at Dangote indicating interest to sell his refinery, inviting NNPC if they are willing.
Yeah.
Don't forget that Dangote before now have raised alarm that international oil companies are frustrating his efforts. At the point it mentioned oil cartels globally. Do you think there are elements in government who want to kill Dangote refinery for their own selfish interests?
People like us, we are not surprised. From the very first year that this refinery idea has come into, and they said they want to be refinery, I said to my people then that Dangote is building refinery for the Yoruba people, the Southwest.
How do you mean?
Because now, you see, and I'm not surprised all these things are happening, because that is what you get. I'm not trying to talk him down also, but in a country whereby we have different people that does not belong to one person, only Dangote alone has almost monopolized the whole Nigerian sector. What is it called? Economic this thing. You are the only one. Cement, Dangote Foods. It's not good when you have business, but how come you never ask yourself how come when we talk about cement, talk about flour, talk about this, always Dangote? You can see what transpired between Bao Cement, what he faced there. Who are those disturbing that man not to operate? Look at what happened to Elephant Cement. What is going on? Why is that they are always the one having issue, not Dangote? Is that they are not mixing up? And we have the cement then that's owned by this Igbo man many years ago that ceased to exist again. In a country of over 200 million people, now we only have one person producing cement, having the also this thing of producing cement. If not that the owner of Bao happens to be from this side, northern side too, I'm very sure his business will not hold again, cease to hold now. So now coming to the refinery of a thing, you can't come and build the refinery and you understand the way the system of the thing is going. That we, you know, where he has been playing his game all through over a decade, over 2 decades now. He has been going. You know, there's always a point for everything. Now that this is happening, I didn't expect you as an individual having to build a refinery in a country that the government could not provide them a working refinery. How do you expect that to happen? You are not concerned about why is this okay? You've had your money enough. You are one of those that will speak that your talk and your doings will you know positively or negatively affect the economy and the governance of Nigeria. But it never occurred to you that why is our refinery not working? What are the things of what Adobe and but what you have in mind is let me have mine. You can't have yours now. They will allow you to build it, and at the end of the day, they will trick you, and you will not you later sell it. You later sell it off because any video you want to have a refinery. Some people will say, "Oh, it's not the one." We have people. It's some people's shares. They come together. Either people shares or no shares. You cannot own even a layman knows that. How can you? You cannot own a refinery in a country that do not have a working refinery.
But when you say he was,
You're telling me you are
built-
responsible than the government all together. You know, they are so what I would like call it. I don't know. I forgot the English. For them not to be able to like come up with a refinery that you as a single person, you are wiser than this. No, that's what you will see now.
but when you said he's, or rather he built a refinery for the Yorubas, what were you trying to say?
You know,
They will take it over from him or they will hijack it or
you will see what will happen at the end of the day. Be it Tinubu, Yoruba person is the president, or that's what you expect. You know, when he started, now, he's not a he's not a politician. If he is, and the question is, why are they always running away from their side? You know, they say that Ajole Dabile, when you go out there, no matter the years you spend abroad or wherever you go to, you still come back home. Where did he plan to retire? You have your state. You cannot build refinery in your state. You cannot have company in your state. Your or cement, Ogun State, Ilorin, and the likes. Why you ask yourself, why did they have this problem in developing their state?
he's an investor. He's an investor.
Why is he investing in other region? Why not his place? Why is your place? If you say that your place is not safe, that's why you are not what investing there. You have that influence to make things work.
Lagos have comparative advantage, particularly the issue of that refinery. Because when you need to bring in crude, you need to use maybe vessel,
Yeah.
tanker vessel. So in the north, I don't think you have the level of sea you have in the west, southwest, and the north. But the question is, he's an investor, just like we see some foreign investors coming to Nigeria.
Yes.
Do you have an issue with that?
No, I do not have issue with that. But why will you say that? Because he said Nigerians should be selling crude oil to him. He should be the one. Are you the owner of the crude oil?
No, what we are saying is, it's an open market.
It is an
He
open
can
market,
buy.
but it is an open market, not in a situation whereby a country that says to work do not have their own refinery. So who will compete with you when the state now you will come and tell us that this is the amount you will said you be the one to dictate to Nigeria the amount you are going to sell fuel for Nigerians, whereas you are feeding our crude oil. And how do we measure crude oil when you have a truck of what of crude oil of what is it
It's
called?
sold by per barrel.
Yeah, per barrel. Before it is being processed to liquid, you cannot tell the amount of liters you get or barrel you will get from a truck or this thing of the this thing.
So you can know the quantity of liters of all
Based
the
on what they
products.
tell you. Because
No,
that will-
I think those are not the issue. The issue is everybody were thinking that Dangote refinery is going to be a game changer.
it will not be
But-
a game changer. It's a selfish thing. You are not getting. It's just like you that you are not married. A single man is trying to advise a married man how to govern, how to rule his house. What idea do you have? You are not married. You don't have a family. Then you want to be advising someone that have children, that is sending them to school. How do you know about family management? You want to own a refinery, and you are not even afraid. You just don't do you check. You are able to sleep, close your eyes, and in a country that is richer than you and cannot provide a refinery for their citizens. In what way is he helping the citizen? It's just an idea to what to bring up to enslave Nigeria again under himself and be in control. You have the cement. We've been dragging it for many years. Look at other countries that do not even have this thing. You can choose. You have different like almost like 20. What name of this country? Almost like 20 different cement factories, owner companies that produce cement. So you can choose to buy from this person or this person. Now, how many cement you have in Nigeria? Companies you have in Nigeria? Mention before Dangote cement. You say okay, Elephant cement. Look at where is Elephant today? How is that business flourishing now? Where is Bao? So that are the things you get. You know, when you keep playing a game for long, thinking that you are smart, one day, those that you think that they are doing this, people knows that what this thing, you are not doing things, you are not finding the favor, be good for Nigerians. If you are finding good for Nigeria, you will not just say in a country that is not working, no refinery. Now look at foreign countries. You can have like 3, 4, 5 refineries, you know, working refineries. People telling their people right now, you own a refinery within. What does it take you to build a refinery within space of 2, 3 years? Look at Nigeria versus 1990. Even before 1990, they are unable to have a refinery.
Now, Mr. Jinsa, finally, talk to us about the statement that came from Bayo Onanuga. Because Nigerians seem not to be believing Onanuga that P2B is the brain behind the proposed protest. Though so many people have decided to back out of the protest.
You know, it's just a strategy. You know,
Bayo Onanuga.
When some people say some things, you are wise, then you understand the system. You can't be above 20 years in Nigeria and you are following. You will not know the way they are playing. They are still playing old games for there. They think they are advancing. It's just a trend. You know, when you are doing bad, when your hands are not clean, when anything happens, you believe that they are after you. Do you do anything? Did they call your name? They are seeing Obi as a threat. You know, they have fumbled a lot. They could not even a Senate president. One of the Senate president was talking, saying that the things are caused that they should not protest. Like you said, the minimum wage is 70,000 naira. At least you can at least buy a bag of rice. They can still manage it. Is it 7,000 they are selling a bag of rice? You can see a senator you don't even know amount at the amount they are selling bag of rice. Is it 70,000 naira a bag? Can even buy half bag. And now, how with that kind of person? You know that person is far away from his people. For you not to
Educators, what is the current selling price of a bag of rice?
it's like 90 something to 100,000 naira. A drika of beans now is 2,000 naira for one drika. Can you imagine?
That is serious.
70,000 naira. Okay, your family buy one drink and buy 2 drika of beans. You have family of 2 children and you. That is for can even a drika be enough for you? You buy red oil, buy salt. Look at minimum wage. Now, Labour Congress tell us that because Tinubu said either we take 250,000 as minimum wage and the fuel price will be high, or we should agree on assessing the minimum wage every 3 years. Is that a talk? Has the past government not failed us? Is it not 5 years that's supposed to be checked? Increasing the minimum wage. So now the senators are saying they want to slash their salary 50% off. How much is your salary? 700,000 naira. As they said, per month. How many senatorial seats do we have? 100 something. 109. 109. Now, how many all over? No, 709, 500,000 naira. 700,000 and start. Let's just say we take away 700,000, 300,000 out of their salary. Times 109. How much is it? How many Nigerians, how many civil servants do we have? Can it, if they are trying to give each citizen, is it really up to 50 kobo?
I think it's the House of Rep that made that
Yes.
that promise.
Yes.
That pledge.
So if they're to split the money, spread it out, of what on 7,000, how much will it still be? Maybe 70,000, 10 kiniko kobo. Is that a talk? We did not ask you to stash your salary. We are not fools. We are not dafts here. All we ask for is a safety and safe environment. Insecurity. Do that for us. Open the borders and know how to manage things. If you know that the custom that you have officials there, you do not trust them to handle the job, the borders very well. You sanitize them. Create security for the farmers, equip them. We did not ask you to give student loan. What we ask you is the loan you are giving the student, that is not a brave idea. You understand? We didn't ask you to give loans for students. Before you came in, before Buhari, the parents did not complain of not be able to pay the students' school fees. Not until when the schools started inflating the price of school fees. when there is hike in price of fuel. And how does that inflate? Reduce the school fees of the federal school, the state institution, the federal institution, and the colleges. Bring down the price. If the price is normal, the way they pay before, like 60,000 naira, 4,000 naira for, if you go to Unilag, then they pay 40,000 naira per DC for school. Who will not be able to afford that? You don't need your loan. Reduce the price. The money you want to give them, give it to the institution. Use it to meet up their demand, so they won't be asked to strike. Meet up with their demand, and what? Let the price of the school fees come down. We will send them to school ourselves. We don't need that from you. They started coming with some policies that we did not send them. You are not working in a country that is not safe. How will things go very well? Equip the farmers in the advanced way, the way they are farming mechanized farming that is going on. Right equipment, not just give them tractor that there won't be money to fund. Provide security there, and see the space of this thing just take the space of 1 year. Everything will come back to normal. Send the old Chinese that are dominating our country. Look at what happened day before yesterday. That they went to bust some illegal miners in Nigeria, gold miners. You now ask to say, so they are mining gold. For those that did not know, so we have gold. They are mining gold in Nigeria. How long have that been going on? Who are those in charge of our gold mine? Which body is in charge of gold mining in Nigeria? So far, so good. Over a decade.
Ministry of solid mineral.
Solid mineral. Are you seeing the mineral? What are we seeing?
Gold is a solid mineral.
Do we have a gold reserve in Nigeria? There any gold reserve? In a country
The government have the data.
In another country, we can see their gold bank. We can see their gold reserve by the government, and it's having a positive effect on the country. That's why their country, the economic growth of the country is going fine. Over a decade, there's a gold mining going on in Nigeria. Do you see how equipped the ammunition that the officers that went there are carrying just because they want to go and bust illegal miners? And you ask me at Kogi State there, of what advantage is the gold mining there? Are the people there better? Go to Kogi, that side that they are mining gold. Go and see how poor and bad the people are living there. How the people of that state are suffering, that side, that community. You are mining gold in their community, and you know the side effect of mining gold. It's only the earthquake, tsunami, and
the environmental hazard.
Yes, hazard of mining gold. And what is the preservation? Who are those in charge? The Chinese people. Who are those monitoring how many gold are being
regulated?
Regulate. Who are those doing it? Where is our gold bank? You said anyway. You said Ministry of this thing. Okay, where is the bank in Nigeria? This is where we have our gold fully guarded by the military.
But recently, we saw the Minister of Solid Mineral. I think that is Alake also, okay, where he made a bold step, taking Nigerian gold to, I think it was in Britain, for sale.
For what? Our gold for sale. The US, are they selling their gold?
I don't know. I'm just saying that
they are selling it. The sales of which the money, where is the money? The sales money, where is it going to? On what?
No, I'm not speaking for government. I think it should go into the government coffer.
They are saying that who asked them to sell anything? You are extracting, then you are selling. Okay, that's another thing now. Okay, apart from crude oil, you are selling gold. You don't have any reserve. What happened to your currency? In the country whereby some people are, what's it called? Some countries are calling their I've forgotten the abbreviation. We have Russia, we have India, South Africa, Korea. I forgot the abbreviation of the name. They are trying to come together to be spending to make gold their. I forgot the abbreviation. Oh God. Yes. I forgot the name. I forgot it. I think they proposed Nigeria to join, whereby they can within the state, the countries, they can have a gold. Instead of buying with dollar, they can be buying with gold. Now, if you want to buy wheat from Russia, you want to get gold from them, they won't be collecting US dollars. Yes, they won't collect you. You pay them in gold to boost the economy. Now you are the gold that the colonizer stole from our forefathers. We have not been able to recover it yet. Now you are still finding this gold again, mining the gold, and you are still selling it to them. Is that oh God? See this? Sometimes these people are they are really tormenting us. They are making us feel as if we are not functioning right. You are taking your gold. You don't have any reserve here. Look at the extension. Go to what's it called? Go to Patigi. That is Kwara North. They mine gold at that place. Go and look at the state of that place. You will see how bad it is. Patigi is a local government under Kwara. Kwara. Abdulrahman Abdulrazak is the governor of that state. From Ilorin to that place, you will spend nothing less than 6 hours, 5 hours to drive there without traffic. The road to that place is bad. That's the largest local government in Kwara State. That's the local government that produce larger amount of cassava, maize, name it, from that place. Now the roads are bad. They only have one general hospital. I won't call it a general hospital because it's not functioning. In a hospital whereby, God forbid, you have an accident or maybe you have a deep cut that needs surgery, you will not even find a doctor there to treat you. There's no equipment. There's no electricity. Mosquitoes. No good beds. You know, the environment very dirty. I'm not talking based on talk. You can go there, have someone and call in Patigi. That is the governor that comes there that says you want to read it, like, what is it called, housing this thing, like mega clinic for people of Ilorin, whereby those people there are suffering. We have the Tapa people and the Nupe people staying there. And what they are doing, the good they are doing for the state and outside states, other states in Nigeria, is at large, and nobody is saying anything. Where is our gold refinery? All these Chinese that are dominating Nigeria, go to Expression, go to all those companies like that, they are producing, take away, go and see, go to Ajora, go to this thing, go and see what they are doing, what they call modern slavery for Nigerians. Modern slavery whereby there's no off day, there's no half a day. Say you want to work for half a day, they will know how to do it. That you dare not, because they will what, bring some talk to you and say, they will just find a fine for you, then you'll be able to collect the money. How much are they paying our Nigerian workers? Our Nigerians are really suffering. When you embark on investigative journalism and start going out asking questions, don't let them know that what you are videoing them or recording them. Let them speak. You will see how the people are suffering in Nigeria. So enough of the Chinese people coming to, they are not doing anything. They are coming here to extract anything a white person come here to do. They are not coming to benefit us, but to extract from us and make our people come and see the number of, they're already dominating Nigeria already. You go to a place in estate in Abeokuta there, there's a state estimate that is dominated by the Chinese people. Track record, their ID, check it, nobody's even question, they'll just come in to Nigeria. Go to right downside of Ilorin, Osun, Ekiti, all those people, their own factory there. Who are those monitoring the affairs of their this thing? They come dominating, getting our people to work hard for them. Ginger from them. So then that's why you go to market, you cannot buy anything. They are buying, producing here. At the same time, they are buying, exporting to their country. And Nigerian police will be beating Nigerian citizens for a foreigner. They have no complete documents. A foreigner will work freely in Nigeria. No police officer that are in charge will stop, or any authority will stop to search. Where is your card? Where is your passport? To know how do you get in. They just assume once you are a white or so in Nigeria, that means your documents are complete. How is that complete? But you cannot work in their country just within an hour as a black person. That they will not pick up with you. Where's the document? But we don't do that here. They just senior work with some, don't even have documents. There's a problem. A serious one we need to look into.
I must say a very big thank you for your time, Mr. Jinsa. Thank you very much. We hope to have you next time. Mr. Nee.
They would actually turn out to what you had thought that person would become. But unfortunately, Tinubu has become a monster. And it behoves on me to withdraw my support. And I have done that. And it behoves on everybody listening to my voice to understand that that is what Nigeria is about. Nation building. Okay? So as I'm about to start my own program, so I would urge your viewers and of course they should probably join on my channel.
What's the name of the channel?
Oh, okay. News in Niger TV. You know, that's news together. News in Niger. That Niger is Naija. So we're going live, and of course, I'll be having Mr. Matthew to share views on my channel.
Thank you. I'll join you. Thank you very much, our excellent viewers. This is a good place to let it go. I am Mr. Matthew, and this is Satellite Media. Thank you very much for your time.